Dragon Ball Daima canon. Oh my, it's not canon. It is canon. Oh my god. Anyway, hey, so Dragon Ball Daima episode 20, the finale, finally got released. But before I get into this review, this discussion, I want to know what you thought about the episode, what you thought about the series as a whole. I might do a whole video discussing my thoughts on the whole series in the future. That being said, let's get right into the episode. So, the episode started. No intro whatsoever. Straight into the action. 10 minutes. Just nonstop. Pretty cool stuff. Now, if you don't remember, Goku and Piccolo came up with this amazing plan in episode 19 to hit Goma in the back of the head 3 times because that's how, well, the third eye gets removed. And if you don't remember, the third eye is a magic artifact that makes Goma, well, Giga Goma, as I like to call him. Anyway, so Super Saiyan 4 Goku going after Goma again, 10 minutes straight. Super awesome. And the whole time I'm just wondering, what the heck, Piccolo? Piccolo, why are you taking so long to attack? It just seemed like there were like quite a few chances to hit him in the back of the head a couple times. And I'm pretty sure you were probably thinking the same thing because I was thinking that. And I may have watched a couple of reactions. I've rewatched the episode a few times. Yeah, there's definitely enough time. But it turns out, Piccolo was kind of smart. He was waiting because it was all leading to a ginormous Kamehameha. And I gotta say, it's probably one of the best Kamehameha scenes we've ever gotten in the series of, well, Daima of Dragon Ball. I think it's one of the best Kamehamehas just in general. I don't know if you agree with me, but I think it's pretty dang good. Anyway, you let me know. So, not only did Piccolo wait for this Kamehameha, which I thought was pretty smart, it busted a hole straight through Goma. In fact, it went through all of the demon realms, which is absolutely wild. Like, it was just a beautiful scene altogether. And well, that's when Piccolo was just like, now! And, Goma has a hole in his chest. Oh, Piccolo goes in the back of his head. Whack, whack, whack. But can you explain to me and tell me why Piccolo was hitting Goma's head as slow as a wrestling referee when they count to 3? Like, dude could have gave Goma the 1, 2, 3 combo, but instead he just gave him some wind-up attacks. Dude, anyway, needless to say, Goma got angry. He got angry, as I like to say. Stopped Piccolo. He throws his little Engi tantrum. He heals up and he basically pulls everybody into a tornado-like move. But luckily, Majin Buu was on the case. He has a comically large book in his hand, and he hits Goma 3 times in the back of the head, defeating Goma, dislodging the third eye. And I'm gonna be quite honest, at first I was like, wow, okay. But I did end up enjoying the gag. I actually am a pretty big fan of gags and Dragon Ball. It just felt like classic Toriyama, and I love that because if you don't know, Toriyama was a gag manga artist to begin with Dr. Slump and all that stuff. So seeing these gags makes me really happy. And yeah, and that's something that I do enjoy about Daima as well, actually, to kind of talk about. It's not just for like the meatheads, as people say. It's also for like OG Dragon Ball fans, with the gags like that. I like a little bit of both. I think it's cool to have some gags in there. Do you like a little bit of both? Do you want Dragon Ball to be only serious, or you like super meathead, or do you like the gags as well? Because I think the gags are pretty dang cool. I'm just genuinely curious what you guys think about the jokes, the gags. I thought they were really funny. Anyway, so after that point, we got, Glorio stomping on the third eye. And again, that's a gag. There's a lot more gags coming up. And, Goma's back to a small form, and Digesi's there with them. They are basically, tangled up. And they get sentenced to 100 years of imprisonment. Piccolo says, well, they didn't try to unalive Dende, so let's make it 99 years. And, well, they pretty much get Mafubad into a vase. I'm pretty sure Marba did that. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure Marba was the one that ended up Mafubaing them. And, evil containment wave. So, yeah. And it turns out they do have, like, video games and such inside of this vase. And we find that out later through the pictures. I'll get to that later. But honestly, 99 years with entertainment and some comfort, and not to mention you got some company, doesn't sound too bad. Do you think that that's too harsh, or do you think that's like pretty fair? That's pretty cool. You think you could handle the 99 years in there? But yeah, so the demon realm is left without a leader, and they need to find out who the new demon king is. So Shin essentially asks his sister, he asks Rinsu, and well, she declines. But that's okay, because that's where Neva, you know, go ahead and pops in, wink wink, as he always does. It pretty much states that the one who defeated the Supreme Demon King gets the first dibs. And as we saw, as I mentioned, it was Majin Ku who did it. So they accept. They accepted. Of course they would. It's Majin Ku. Majin Ku is the GOAT, I think. I think Majin Ku is probably one of the best characters in the series. That's just my opinion. I just really liked Majin Ku. I vibed with it, him and Do. Anyway, everyone was a bit worried and confused because, you know, Ku, what? Because, you know, they don't really know Ku that much. But it turns out Ku actually might be okay at his new job. Like, apparently, his new job, his new title, he's pretty good at it. He appoints a lot of people to help him with his duties. He gets his ministers, and you know, stuff like that. Anyway, point being, he gets a lot of people to join up with him. And all the realms are connected again, it seems. Things are better than ever. The Z Fighters are going and leaving. And Vegeta's a bit mad at Goku for hiding Super Saiyan 4. And I talked about this a little bit in a short. And I got this comment, like, right here, explaining, like, you know, like how Super Saiyan 4 works, kind of, you know, how, like what just kind of happened. Because, you know, in this dialogue, you could just see Goku saying that he just felt it within him. And then obviously Neva basically awakened it. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. And now I guess he can do it at will. Which, again, like I said in the beginning, like the joke, the super timeline. Oh my gosh. Oh, is it canon? Is it canon to Super? Is Daima canon? I don't know. What do you think? You tell me what you think this means for the canon. Because personally, I really don't care. I had a lot of fun just watching the series, regardless if it's canon or not. Toriyama worked on the series, like, very closely, supposedly. And, you know, I'm just saying, if Toriyama really worked on it, and I feel like a lot of the jokes, it's kind of clear that he did. You know, whether it's, I guess that would make it canon to a lot of people, but is it canon to Super? Yeah, I don't know. And for Dragon Ball, I just like to say that everything is canon, because, well, in Dragon Ball especially, because when Future Trunks showed up in Z, the timeline shifted pretty much, and then obviously Super, there's the universes. And, you know, the time rings made separate timeline. Essentially, it's very timey-wimey, confusing. And I just think everything's canon. And also, let me bring this up as well. A producer did say this. You could go ahead and read that. But essentially, they're saying, yeah, it's with Super. So, take that as you will. But yeah, if you want like a full video of me just talking about like the canon in Dragon Ball, like how this Daima kind of adds in, if there's like branching timelines or all that, please let me know. I wouldn't mind doing a little bit of research and actually doing something about that. But to finish off this review, to finish off this discussion, I do want to mention the end credit photos. It was just kind of cool because you get to see the sidecast once again. But yeah, you know, we got after credit scene as well, and that was pretty controversial. But before we get into the controversy, we did get a pretty good smooth skin gag from Bulma because, you know, I need the smooth skin, as Bulma says. You know, she's getting wrinkly, she's getting older. You know, she's like, oh, perfect. You know, even if she has to eat bugs to do it, which she thought she was above that. But nope, for the smooth skin, 10 years, many things possible. But then after that, the controversy. We found out that there's 2 more third eyes. Apparently there's 2 more. Apparently the third eyes are able to be bought at a store. So take that as you will. I saw a couple memes like, oh my gosh, did Tien have the third eye all along? Which is a pretty funny thought. Obviously that's not the case, and that's just a joke. That's a meme. But how are you feeling about the gag? How are you feeling about Dragon Ball Daima? Let me ask again, how did you feel about the episode as well? You know, everything Daima. Yeah, you know what? How did you feel about Daima as a whole? Everything Daima. Just let me know.